Did I not just blow you up? What is vending? Oh, vending machines. Why is everything all fuzzy? Found a flaw in me. Things might happen to your character that can trigger a flaw. Don't know what just happened or if that worked, but
here they come. Everyone all right?
no thanks to you, Chicky.
I've always wanted to poke around in here. $62, $66, $58, $47. So we are going to save some weight there.
Process.
a sale, bro. $58, $62. The hammer doesn't seem to do it. $10. And I have 9 and 8. Nine. Intimidate. Lockpick.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Honestly, I don't want to do this, so what are my options? She's telling me to shush. Okay.
Gosh, that's clever.
Security.
Do you ever shoot? Did I take one down? Yes. We gonna be modding our weapons soon, I guess.
Incoming!
Oh shit.
Nice one!
Got 10 points. It said if I hold down. I held down and nothing happened, so. Okay. Blah 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 blah. This is where we came from.
No, just leave me alone.
Where was that?
No, just leave me alone.
Great work!
Take your word for it. Okay, no mod free. Don't know, it's confusing.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
But somehow she survives though, right?
Oh. Sweeping the area.
I mean, like, you're welcome and shit. Saved your friggin' life, man.
System alert. Beginning security patrol.
Here they come!
Oh shit. It's okay, I'll do all the work. I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing here. Like, I want to save these people, man. Am I actually hurting them? I guess we've seen all those.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Didn't give me the option to direct it where I wanted it to. Guess I'm a villain.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
So says she. not gonna lie, I don't know where I'm going.
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Try to change the bag. They do need to work together. There's gonna be some shooting, guaranteed. What the hell is that? Inquiring minds have to know.
Everyone all right?
Everyone? If by everyone you mean moi, I seem to be fine. So, that's a city. Beep. Does that go? No, I guess this goes. I'm a heavy dude. I'm so heavy. Can we get back up here is the question. Nope, we slide down. My perk is available. Visible walls. Does loot respawn? Does loot respawn? Nope. Good. I diverted to Edgewater, didn't I?
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or are you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. Edgewater's cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just
Love
great.
is in the
I've been
air.
trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town. Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Probably already have it.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox.
And stuff.
It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. You know where to find me. What's on your mind?
Let's save the game. I think that is good for today.